To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
You know, it is a shakedown. It is a targeted attack, but Shannon needs to have some accountability because he gave them something to shake down. He gave them something to target by making poor choices.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror.
It all started with a late-night Instagram Live that detonated the internet. Katt Williams, the razor-tongued comedian, pulled no punches as he unleashed a blistering tirade against Shannon Sharpe, a former NFL superstar turned media giant. Within minutes, his viewership skyrocketed from a modest 4,000 loyal fans to over 230,000, eclipsing NBA post-game streams and dominating trending charts. But this wasn't just another celebrity rant. Katt's monologue was a strategic masterclass, slicing into Sharpe's looming $50 million lawsuit.
Katt, because he told me. He said they're gonna come for you. And I was like, Katt, come on, Katt. I mean, I just, you know.
Like a surgeon, blending humor, legal insight, and scathing social commentary. And while the internet laughed, corporate America panicked, sensing a storm brewing that could destroy reputations, revenue, and carefully crafted public images. 6 weeks before Katt's viral explosion, Shannon Sharpe found himself entangled in a lawsuit filed by Jane Doe, alleging misconduct during a Las Vegas executive retreat. The $50 million claim cited emotional distress and lost professional opportunities, sending shockwaves through ESPN and Sharpe's lucrative endorsement deals. Initially, insiders predicted a quiet settlement, but Sharpe fired back, hinting at a countersuit for defamation worth 9 figures.
And he wasn't at a strip club, but his text messages have been revealed, and it's quite embarrassing for ESPN. So he used to be on First Take, and now they are putting that on ice.
The battleground was set, yet nobody anticipated Katt Williams would be the one to throw gasoline on the flames, exposing vulnerabilities Sharpe's lawyers desperately tried to contain. Katt's roast wasn't casual, it was nuclear. With savage precision, he lampooned Sharpe's contradictions, mocked his legal defenses, and weaponized viral culture against him. One particularly brutal joke about Sharpe's personal life spawned memes, TikToks, and parody accounts within hours.
I do not think that the element is true. I do think that he has been behaving sloppily, and so that has caught up with him.
Katt's words, calibrated for maximum sting, blurred the lines between comedy and public indictment, but beneath the laughter, the damage was real. Corporate sponsors tied to Sharpe's image, from cognac brands to high-end suit makers, started pulling back, quietly scrubbing his presence from marketing campaigns. The morality clauses buried deep in Sharpe's contracts suddenly roared to life. Inside ESPN's glittering headquarters, the atmosphere turned frantic. Executives debated whether to address the controversy or stay silent. Covering it risked legal exposure, ignoring it risked credibility. In the end, they opted for a tightrope approach, acknowledged the lawsuit in vague terms, and swiftly pivot to safer topics like the NFL draft. But viewers weren't fooled. They smelled blood in the water.
So he took a screenshot of a text message, which clearly had to have been written by someone else, maybe his lawyer or his PR team. It wasn't written by him. And then he shared it onto X. So people were laughing at him, going, "You're not supposed to share. You're supposed to make it sound like it actually was written by you."
Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe's personal social media channels went dark. No posts, no cigar pictures, no motivational quotes. For a man who lived online, silence spoke louder than words, fueling speculation that something catastrophic was unfolding behind the scenes. As the lawsuit inched toward critical discovery phases, new dangers loomed. Upcoming court deadlines threatened to expose sealed documents, private messages, and security footage. Every potential leak became a fresh landmine. Katt Williams, sensing an opportunity, kept the pressure on. His commentary, dripping with brutal wit and biting legal analysis, ensured that any slip by Sharpe would be amplified tenfold by an audience hungry for scandal.
So it appears the truth is that Shannon Sharpe essentially quit before he was fired. He wanted to avoid people kind of laughing at him or saying he was fired again. I don't wish him bad. I hope that he finds happiness. I don't particularly take him to be a happy or a well-rounded person.
The court of public opinion was no longer waiting for verdicts. It was delivering them in real time, hashtag by hashtag. Universities began taking notice. Professors dissected Katt's live stream in journalism and media studies classes, framing it as a case study in modern narrative warfare. In an age where comedians can outpace traditional newsrooms, Katt Williams proved that a single smartphone in a hotel room could disrupt a multi-million-dollar reputation overnight.
She charging $25K a cheat, and it ain't no cheats.
no cheeks, and she ain't got no lips. She probably whistle when she talk.
But while scholars debated the ethics, Shannon Sharpe's financial reality grew bleaker. Sponsors froze podcast ad deals, citing brand safety concerns. Analysts projected losses climbing into 6 figures per month, compounded by mounting legal fees that could top $3 million if the case dragged on. Meanwhile, Katt Williams was cashing in. Ticket sales for his comedy tours surged by 30%. Streaming numbers for his old specials soared. Rumors swirled that Netflix wanted to capture his next hour-long set, possibly centered on this very saga. For Katt, controversy was currency, and he was printing money by the minute. In contrast, Shannon Sharpe faced the nightmare scenario. Even if he won in court, the stain on his public image might never fully wash out, thanks to Katt's viral shorthand now etched into cultural memory.
I know an auntie right now with all ass 49. Got more dimples than a golf ball. You will love it over there.
All eyes turned to the legal chessboard. If the judge denied Sharpe's motion to dismiss, discovery would enter overdrive. Private texts, confidential emails, even surveillance footage, all fair game. Every leak would reignite media frenzy, each new revelation a fresh embarrassment. On the flip side, a dismissal could offer Sharpe a lifeline, but even that wouldn't erase the damage already done. Katt's soundbites, memes, and brutal jokes had already shaped the narrative far beyond the courtroom walls. Insurance complications added another layer of peril. High-profile broadcasters like Sharpe usually carry personal liability umbrellas, but coverage often excludes intentional misconduct or assault allegations. If insurers refuse to indemnify him, Sharpe could face catastrophic out-of-pocket costs, pushing him towards settlement, even if he believed he was innocent. Yet settling carried its own stigma, potentially confirming public suspicion of wrongdoing. In this high-stakes game, Katt Williams didn't just heckle from the sidelines, he redrew the battlefield. His commentary blurred the traditional lines between satire, journalism, and activism. Advocacy groups warned that mocking serious allegations could deter survivors from speaking out.
I know one thing. If you're 54, you have no reason to be talking to a 19-year-old. She's 22 now. Shannon is 56. I'm so glad that audio of Monique went viral yesterday.
While free speech defenders hailed Katt as a fearless truth teller exposing hypocrisy. The clash ignited fierce academic debates about the role of comedians in shaping public discourse. Debates likely to rage on long after this case concludes. Celebrity allies and rivals began choosing sides. Chad Johnson cryptically posted a thumbs down emoji, signaling disapproval of Katt's tactics. Meanwhile, Dave Chappelle reportedly encouraged Katt to keep exposing corporate America's double standards.
Because it's true. Sit your old down and go find somebody your age and build a family with them. As I said yesterday, men, we need stability and we need discipline.
Whether real or manufactured, these alliances highlighted a broader shift. Comedians weren't just jesters anymore. They were becoming stakeholders in public morality battles usually reserved for journalists and activists. Behind the scenes, whispers grew louder that Sharpe's legal team was exploring defamation countersuits, not just against Jane Doe, but possibly against media outlets and individuals spreading what they saw as false narratives.
And she says that she alleges that it was brutal, like it was very it was aggressive. Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
Could Katt Williams be targeted? Unlikely, unless Sharpe's lawyers could prove actual malice, a near impossible standard for a public figure in satire territory. Still, the chilling effect was real. Katt preemptively declared he welcomed deposition under oath, framing himself as unafraid and ready for battle. Financial pressure continued mounting on Sharpe. Club Shay Shay's ad revenue dipped, with some sponsors pausing campaigns indefinitely. Analysts warned that if larger advertisers followed suit, Sharpe could lose hundreds of thousands monthly.
Because at that point, she said that they were in a they were in an actual relationship. They were in Vegas together. So when that happened, she had already kind of been, in this thing where he's verbally abusive, allegedly, but she thought that they were together.
A financial hemorrhage difficult to staunch, even for a man with diversified income streams. And while Shannon fought a war on multiple fronts, Katt Williams kept winning by simply doing what he does best, talking, roasting, and turning controversy into comedy gold. 3 dates now define the battle's next chapter: the upcoming dismissal hearing, the preliminary witness list deadline, and the rumored release window for Katt's next comedy special. Each milestone could tilt momentum dramatically. If Sharpe survives the dismissal hearing, discovery chaos looms. If not, an appeal could drag the saga out for years.
He tells her and threatens her allegedly to say that he will her if she ever does that again. But the part of it, she says that she was allegedly anally twice and that it was very, very brutal.
Meanwhile, a Netflix-backed Katt Williams special could immortalize the roast, ensuring Shannon Sharpe's legal debacle lives forever in meme culture. The intersection of sports litigation, celebrity scandal, and internet virality has never been more combustible. Shannon Sharpe's reputation, Jane Doe's credibility, and Katt Williams' comedic legacy now orbit a shared gravitational field shaped not just by court filings, but by TikTok clips, YouTube recaps, and Twitter threads. In this new media terrain, courtroom victories matter less than narrative dominance. And right now, Katt Williams is winning the war of perception, one savage punchline at a time. Stay tuned. This saga isn't just reshaping reputations, it's rewriting the rulebook on how scandals unfold in the age of live streams, viral memes, and weaponized comedy.